Yo, what's going on guys, it's Cynical and welcome back to another video. Today's one is super cool and will actually likely blow your mind, especially because we're talking about a Kingdom Hearts 2 character overhaul. We've done a few of these in the past, looking at Zad's Vanitas overhaul as well as his Aqua overhaul. These are two incredibly impressive character mods that basically change up the entire experience of KH2, putting you in the shoes of a different character with brand new movesets, brand new items, brand new forms, new additional mechanics to add some new gameplay flair. And these always take me back because seeing a modification for Kingdom Hearts 2 to this degree is nothing short than breathtaking. Today's one that we're going to be taking a look at is known as Project Nobody May Cry, which is basically a Roxas overhaul for Kingdom Hearts 2. Now, it should be known that these character overhauls are for the PCSX2 version of Kingdom Hearts 2 and not the PC version. Working on the games between both PC or emulated versions is a little bit different from my understanding, and right now these current character overhauls only exist for the emulated version of Kingdom Hearts 2, meaning of course the PlayStation 2 Final Mix version of the game. This project began about 2 years ago, back in January of 2021. Now, while the project is being helmed by Project Nobody May Cry, a lot of people have actually contributed towards making this possible. I've kept my eye on this mod for about 2 years now, and I thought I would finally cover it, just considering at this stage in time there's been a lot of work and effort put into this, and numerous different updates. You should understand though that there is currently no slated release date for this overhaul, and this kind of thing takes a lot of time to develop, also taking into account the people making these kinds of things obviously also have lives of their own. This one's really special though because this basically gives us a fully fledged Roxas experience for Kingdom Hearts 2, introducing brand new base combos and aerial combos for Roxas. A lot of these animations are already existing ones within the game. We can see that the ground combo consists of the Iris Arcanum animations. Switching up the way that magic works, now it kind of seems like magic sort of revolves around Wisdom Forms animations, meaning that there is actually movement to using magic in Kingdom Hearts 2, whereas magic is obviously stationary unless you are in Wisdom Form. This is actually one of the big differences between both Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3 that I actually prefer for Kingdom Hearts 3, as you're actually able to use magic on the fly with maintaining movement. This definitely adds a sense of momentum to the combat whilst integrating magic into your combos, and something that I definitely do appreciate here for the Roxas overhaul. To give an example as to how some of the magics have changed when looking at Curaga, it no longer heals you completely, rather heals you for a small amount, but now summons a bunch of spinning Oathkeeper and Oblivions around Roxas. And the more damage that you perform with this new attack-based Curaga, the more health you'll get back. Speaking of animations though, there is custom ones here, including one that has been directly imported from Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, Roxas's Black Hole attack. That is literally what I'm believing to be is either going to be some kind of special limit or finisher for the game. One of the focuses surrounding this overhaul project is also integrating some new mechanics. The project is known as Nobody May Cry, which obviously takes inspiration from Devil May Cry, so there's a little bit of DMC inspo in this project, which is cool to see. For instance here, guarding increases the drive meter, so this is that direct reward system of actually encouraging the player to pull off more successful guards, and in return you'll be rewarded with some drive meter. Taking some notes out of DMC's book, and that is the taunt system. Yeah, the taunt system that you can use in DMC to increase your style meter, which is kind of a risk and reward thing. It leaves you very open, but of course rewards you highly for increasing that style meter. Now in Kingdom Hearts you can do basically the exact same thing, except the way it works is it will give you some drive back, even to the point of being able to taunt whilst in a drive form to keep that drive gauge up, to use the drive for longer. And what's cool is the taunt is different, the actual animation and even the quote itself, depending on what form you're in.
Get real! Look which one of us is winning. Tell me. Tell me why he picked you. Why did the Keyblade choose me? I have to know. Why don't you quit? Shut up!
Yeah, you can now tell the bad guys to shut up in Kingdom Hearts. The guard system has been slightly tweaked upon as well, so now there is actually a visual indicator when the player is guarding. When you guard too early, now rather than just being straight up attacked and your guard ignored, you'll activate something known as Guard Crush. This basically means that the guard will still be pulled off successfully. However though, you won't get that sweet opening towards the enemy, rather you'll be pushed back in recoil and be left open for enemies surrounding you. This still means that if you do guard too early, you will pull off a successful guard, you'll just miss the opening. And yeah, there's even guard cancelling, something that I know a lot of people really liked about Kingdom Hearts 3. You can now guard cancel out of certain actions and moves like combos. You can do that now here in this character overhaul, so you can see that the developer here is really wanting to encourage people to use the guard system in Kingdom Hearts 2 just a little bit more. It also appears to be that there is the multiple shortcuts menu. While I can't really confirm this, in one of the gameplay clips, it does seem like they're actually switching between two different sets of shortcuts, something again that we did see in Kingdom Hearts 3, and something that is definitely appreciated, especially if you want to map a whole multitude of different things to the shortcuts menu. By the way too, you may have seen that Limit Break was listed in that shortcut menu. This is of course a mechanic from Kingdom Hearts Days, where if Roxas's health gets to a certain amount of HP, he can then perform Limit Break, which is a certain special type of attack. So it seems like Limit Break is going to be in the character overhaul as well, trying to replicate different things that were apparent in Days. I can't explain to you how exactly that system works. All I know is it is in here, which is cool. The dodging is that classic Roxas dodge, so instead of a dodge roll, we know that Roxas prefers a dodge dash from what we saw in Kingdom Hearts Days as well as Kingdom Hearts 3. That is here. It's probably one of the most satisfying dodges in any of the Kingdom Hearts games. Air Slide that was originally introduced in Birth by Sleep allowed us to finally dodge in mid-air. Aerial dodging is something that I so wish was in KH2, and with this character overhaul, dash actually allows you to actually dash in mid-air, so you can even dash up to your locked-on opponent whilst they are in mid-air in order to, of course, catch them into an aerial combo. So even when looking towards the dodging system in the game, it is slightly different here to, again, be a little bit more technical to actually start integrating into your combos. I think that is the major idea of Project Nobody May Cry, is to make the game a little bit more technical speaking with adding some of that DMC type flavor into this Roxas mod. Now I'm not 100% on how this works. It either seems like you can now put reversal into your shortcut menu, which is so cool, without the need of obviously the reaction command popping up through the Dusk Nobody, or you can just simply side dodge. The save point is now a corridor of darkness, which totally makes sense considering this is meant to be like an organization Roxas overhaul. So, you know, every single time that you load into a new world, you can pretend that you're slowly walking out of a corridor of darkness, just freshly arriving from the world that never was. We even have some brand new enemies in the game as well, the Heat Saber and Chill Ripper Heartless, directly imported from Kingdom Hearts Days, even working to the point with their own attacks that we see in Days, which is just mind-boggling to see in Kingdom Hearts 2. Again, mods like this are just absolutely wild. Though we haven't seen much of this so far, it kind of seems like some enemies will also be recolored. And while we're on the topic of enemies are being reworked slightly as well for this mod. So some of the attack patterns, behaviors, or just the entire AI of some enemies are going to be changed. Like for instance, the AI of the Sniper Nobody is changed to that of the behavior patterns of that of the Trick Ghost Heartless. Things like reaction commands will also be removed from some enemies, and things to do like invincibility with some enemies during their desperation moves will be slightly altered as well. So when playing this mod, you might notice too that just the general behavior of the way that enemies actually operate with the world surrounding it and how they engage in combat might actually be different. Now, talking about things that have been imported from Days, we even have a whole bunch of the Days Keyblades imported to replace the already existing Keyblades in Kingdom Hearts 2. It actually looks like the models of these Keyblades are of a slightly higher resolution than, of course, what appears in Days, because Days is a DS game, so it's really cool to see higher resolution models of these Keyblades. The Days Keyblades, just quickly, are some of the coolest Keyblades in Kingdom Hearts, so it's kind of cool to get a proper HD look at them. And yeah, they even come with their own swing trail effect as well as hit particle effects too. It's absolutely bliss. Now there's also going to be custom forms here in this character overhaul as well to of course suit the character of Roxas. So far, we've only seen 3 forms that has been showcased, but of course, all of the other forms that are in Kingdom Hearts 2 will eventually be replaced with custom forms as well. For the time being anyway, we have Bladeless form, which will transform Roxas into the hood-up coat version of himself, to be able to utilize a whole series of absolutely insane looking ranged attacks. I believe this is actually replacing Wisdom form. This looks completely out of control with all of the different light pillar type based attacks that Roxas can do with the electricity sort of prism thing that he can summon. Don't know how this works at all. It looks absolutely insane and a lot of fun to use. It also looks like the way that magic is used within Bladeless form is just completely different, because of course when you look at the way that magic's used in forms like Final form or Wisdom form, it is slightly different to its base normal counterpart while playing as base Sora, but here it looks quite a bit different, so it's going to be really interesting to see just how the magics all work differently, like completely differently with each form. We have Light and Darkness form, which is replacing Limit form. This is like that traditional Oblivion, Oathkeeper, Jeweled Roxas type form, with all of those moves too. So obviously when looking towards the limits that you would normally be able to activate whilst in Limit form, they're being replaced with new moves known as Final Arcana, Twilight Hour, Dual Shot, and Dimension Fracture. Those traditional classic moves that we already know Roxas can pull off, you can now pull those off within an actual gameplay scenario yourself and feel badass doing it. Yeah, I know we got a little bit of a taste test in Kingdom Hearts 3 Reminds, but getting that like full kit here in KH2 is amazing. And the last form that we've seen so far in the entry videos is Awakened form, which is the final form replacement. This is Jeweled Roxas. Again, the Keyblades are glowing, except this time the hood is removed, and it is that final form type moveset, just with all of that kind of Jeweled Roxas organization flair going on. It looks absolutely incredible, obviously brand new animations, mixing and matching the different new spell effects integrated into these combos looks completely wild. Now, of course, everything you guys have seen from the footage of these new forms, that's all still being worked on, and in regards to other forms, they'll come at a later date in other entry videos. Now, kind of like, what is this? Is this like a Days remake type thing, but like a mod for Kingdom Hearts 2? No, I don't believe so. I believe it is just plain and simple a character overhaul, including the different things that I've already mentioned throughout the video, like new mechanics, new items, new combos, forms, etc. But it also seems like there is going to be some brand new story events integrated into this as well. We have kind of seen the same thing with other character overhauls like the Aqua mod for KH2 by Zad. So just to give you guys an example, when looking at when Roxas touches the wall in Simulated Twilight Town, and instead of having to dodge the balls, now there is an event when you have to survive for 1 minute against Cypher, Vivi, and Setzer. There's now also an event within Beast's Castle in Beast's Room where you have to fight the Heat Saber. These might just be used as an example and not, of course, in the final version of the character overhaul, but still cool to know that this person does plan on putting some even custom story stuff into the game itself. Will it go even as far as like new lore implementations? Because I know that that's what Zad is currently wanting to do with his Aqua overhaul. I'm not too sure. But you can see from what we've already seen within the gameplay development footage so far that this is certainly an ambitious Kingdom Hearts 2 mod, just in the same vein as Zad's projects for the game as well. Oh yeah, and it even seems like custom areas or even worlds will also be in this character overhaul mod as well. We've seen some footage over on the Twitter account from Nobody May Cry that Traverse Town is in this character overhaul mod. Literally Traverse Town. Seeing Traverse Town in Kingdom Hearts 2 seems like a fever dream. It looks so good. So that right there, guys, is Project Nobody May Cry. I'm so happy I can finally bring this to your attention. This is definitely something you should keep your eye out for, especially if you are into modding the PCSX version of Kingdom Hearts 2. This is definitely one that you should not miss out on. Again, there is no slated release date. It's probably still maybe a year, 2 years, possibly even 3 years away. It takes a lot of time to develop these things, but if you do want to keep up to date with everything that's going on with this project, I'll leave both the YouTube channel as well as the Twitter account to Project Nobody May Cry in the description down below. However, guys, with all that being said, I'm Cynical. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not already. All of my social handles and goodness are in the description down below. However, guys, hopefully you're having a fantastic day, and I'll see you real soon. Peace.